It's day 14 of our 2023 New Year's Challenge. Hey friends, it's Kate here. Thanks so much for joining me today. I am so excited about this class today. Now, our theme for this week is finding joy in our movement, in our exercise, feeling happy while we move and groove on our mat. And I hope that you're always finding joy with me when you jump on the mat. Now, one type of movement that I know doesn't necessarily always cause joy in the moment, but hopefully does later, is foam rolling. I think learning how to self-massage, how to stretch, and use a foam roller make a massive difference in how my body feels. Now, I always tell all of my students, you are welcome to make the most ugly, ridiculous faces, and you're welcome to moan and groan whenever I make you do foam rolling. I make a few faces probably during this class too, so you won't be alone. I do use a foam roller, and it is not necessary for it to be a long one. Mine just happens to be a long one, but you can have a shorty. This class is really good for our upper body, for those of us sitting at a desk, hunched over all day, or if you've been scrolling on your phone, swiping on TikTok, this is going to be a wonderful class to open up our chest. Just 10 minutes, a great way to be so kind to your posture. Roll out your mat. Let's get started. We'll start in a nice, easy seat, whatever feels best for you. I want you to take your hands straight out in front of you and drop your right hand lower than your left. Hug and hug the arms. Poke the elbows straight out in front of you, and at first, all we're gonna do is some shoulder protraction and retraction. I want you to poke your shoulders, your elbows forward, and then pull them back. Poke shoulders and elbows forward, pull them back. I'm really just trying to move the shoulders more than anything else. My body definitely moves a little bit because I'm human, but the point is paying attention to the back of my body more than anything else. And then pause, and I want you to circle the elbows around. That might feel kind of funny to move in that way. Circle in the other direction. Now, I realize not everyone's going to be able to accomplish this next spot. It's okay if we can't, but if you can, try and take a little bind, either touching the backs of your hands together or clasping for real. Now, try to lift the elbows up a little higher, ears as well. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, pull your hands away from your face. Bring it back. Exhale, pull your hands away from your face. Bring it back. One more time, pull it away, pause, take a big inhale, release, shake it out, little wiggle, little movement. Now again, hands out in front of you. This time, left hand lower than the right. Give yourself a hug. Same thing from the other side. Start with our shoulder protraction and retraction, out and in, out and in. Still just waking up the body, saying hello. And then hold, circle the elbows. Opposite direction. Pause and see if we can take that little bind. See if you can lift the elbows up high, take a big inhale, exhale, pull the hands away from your face, bring it back, exhale, pull them away, bring it back, one more time, away, and release. Shake it out, let it go, little wiggles. I'm going to turn and face away from the foam roller and lie back with it underneath my shoulder blades. If I kind of punch my hands up, I should feel the tips of my shoulder blades wing into the foam roller. Hands behind the head, legs can do whatever feels best for you right now. Simply recline back. Now, if we're feeling particularly tight in our shoulders, our chest, our upper body, this can be pretty darn intense, but simply allow yourself to settle. Maybe close the eyes. You might even sway the head a little right and left. Take a deep inhale. Big breath out. Another big inhale. Big breath out. One more. Let it go. Seal the lips together, breathe through the nose. And a few times, I want you to curl your head and chest up, looking towards your knees. Lean right back. Now, it might look like we're doing some great big abdominal crunches, getting those abdominal muscles working oh so hard. And of course, my abs are working to help lift and lower my head. But more than anything, I'm concentrating on relaxing through the upper body and just taking that nice, easy stretch back, maybe a little deeper every time I go. This time, curl up and pause. Stump your feet into the floor, lift the hips away, and now pull the foam roller up towards your neck. Push it back underneath the shoulders. Pull it up towards the neck. Bring it back underneath your shoulders. Once or twice more, just like that. And then again, set the hips down, relax the body, a little different. This time, pull your elbows towards one another. It's almost like you're really reaching your elbows together, and I am pulling my shoulder blades away from one another. Now again, lean back, keeping your elbows into your head. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, curl up. Once or twice more. Like we did with our elbows wide, this time lift the head up, pause, press your feet into the floor, guide the hips up. We can hold here or again, pull it up towards the neck and then back underneath the shoulder blades. Now I feel some great big knots when I have my elbows poking in this direction. They were kind of hidden underneath my little shoulder blade wings when I had the elbows wide. Take that once or twice more. And then set your hips on the floor. Move the foam roller so it's underneath your head. We don't have to be pretty when we are on the foam roller. I know that I feel very awkward. We definitely feel like we're giving ourselves a double chin here. Do not worry about being pretty. Drop your chin to your chest. Almost, it's like you're trying to look towards your belly button. And then poke your nose right and left. Just a nice little sway of the head side to side, giving your neck, your head a little attention. This is one of my favorite spots. I can hang out here for a good deal of time. And in fact, I like to recommend to all of my students, keep your foam roller near your TV. Do a little foam rolling at the end of the night. Your body will thank you. Eventually return to center and relax for a moment. When you're ready, roll to one side, push yourself up to a seat. Now this next one can be pretty darn intense. I'm going to turn to face you. I've got my foam roller on my right side and I'm going to angle it towards me. So the front is going in towards my knee, the back is going away from my back hip. I'm going to lift up my arm and bring the foam roller right at the place where my back and armpit meet and recline. Some of us have done this with me before, and I know and I can hear, I know what faces you're making and I can hear what noises you're gonna make too. I take my hand behind my head, I pretend there's something heavy in my hand, and a couple of times lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now, if you're one of those people that does not feel anything, you're not necessarily doing anything wrong. Our bodies are different, but some of us, myself included, have a lot of tension in this spot. It can be remarkable just how intense it can feel. This time lift it up, pause, and start to circle your arm around. And I am making silly faces with you too. Circle in the other direction. Relax the arm. Now look up to the ceiling. Look down to the ground. Point your elbow to the ground as you do so. Rotate, look up to the ceiling. Rotate, look down to the ground. Once or twice more. And then slowly bring yourself right back up. We'll scooch our foam roller to our second side. Over to the left, angle it once more, in towards your knee, away from the hip. It's coming to the side of our armpit. Settle, hand behind the head to support the neck, and then simply start by lifting and lowering. And I pretend that there's something heavy in the palm of my hand. It's like I'm trying to lift up a big weight, set it down, lift it up, set it down. This time lift it up, pause, navel in, chest open, little circles, both directions. And this is one of those places where you will notice one side feels so different than the other. It's okay to have those big dramatic differences in our bodies because we're uneven. That's fine. Allow the hand to relax like we did on our first side. Lean back, look up to the sky. Rotate, look down to the ground. Lean back, look up. Rotate, look down. Once or twice more. And then push yourself up to a seat gracefully, or again, not at all. Just take a moment to notice how our chest feels, how your body feels. I know foam rolling can be so intense, but I hope it's one of those things that you can slowly start to find some joy in, because the difference it can make in how you feel, that mobility in your body, is life-changing. So as always, give yourself a pat on the back. Thank yourself for doing something so good and just for you. I cannot wait to see you again tomorrow.